no further ado, because the lights are on, it gives me unbelievable pleasure, everybody, right, to have him here. And he's in his own backyard. And the word, I said before, legend, gets bandied about. This guy here, right, in 1990, was the greatest footballer in the fucking world. Can we have a big round of applause for the one and only Paul Gascoigne.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Just before I start, it wasn't me that said I wouldn't fucking turn up. It was either the police, a fucking ambulance, or a hospital. There was some twat up the road. It was a fireman. Would you believe it is? But like I said, said cigarettes kills. Well, I've fucking tried everything else, haven't I? Like I said, as you say, I'm a single guy. Cheryl left this. She said I had a small organ, but I said I've never played in a fucking cathedral before, ever. But me and George, it's kind of a break crack. There's loads of things I'm going to talk about, but not much about football. I was pissed, I suppose. I was told anyway, but it was go along. I'll just bring on a lot of crack that I used to do, the mad things, because the football stuff was all right. That was a doddle for me, but what can I kick you off with? I'm supposed to want to know about that Morty thing. Fucking hell.
Funny enough, Paul, that was the fucking first question.
I swear down before you fucking say anything, it was not fucking me. I did not fucking shoot the copper. I should have shot the fucker last Friday. No, honestly, I was sitting. I was sitting in the house board, having a shandy. Had a few pints, and a few more, and I just Morty come on the news, and I went, "Fuck me, he seems a good kid." Like, so I remember getting in the taxi, and I got me fish well, I got me chicken ready, got me fishing gear ready, got me cans of log and a fucking jacket. Christ almighty, Newcastle jacket as well. No wonder he fucking topped his own. But yeah, so I'm getting fucking. Well, this is gonna get worse now. So you fucking shut up. I remember getting in the taxi, all this stuff, and the taxi says, "Where are you going?" I says, "Okay, I've got the money, just keep driving." Well, so it keeps on driving. We're heading towards, we're fucking heading towards Rothbury. And I'm sort of like, have a big giggle myself, and I'm thinking, be all right, he's a good friend of mine. So as we're coming out, he says, "Paul, where we're going a little bit further. Yeah, you sure you got the money for you?" I says, "Yeah, of course I fucking got the money." And he looks up and he sees a fucking sign, Rothbury. I've never seen a fucking taxi driver say so much in all my life. He's fucking all of it. He went, "Please don't go that way." I says, "Okay, I know where he is." So I says, "Anyway, by the way, while you wait for us, I'll just go and pop in and say, give him some log and a couple of chickens and fucking fish and rod." Also to get stopped by the police. Fucking hell, I must have been off my fucking nut as usual. Copper says, "Paul, where are you going?" I said, "I'm looking for my mate Morty." He went, "Paul, he's with two policemen with a fucking gun in his fucking head." I went, "It's okay, I can get it off him." I said, "I've got my own." "Oh, fuck me, I thought I was in trouble then." So I says, he says, "Well, where is he?" And I says, "Look, I says, he's up there." I said, "I can see the helicopter." I says, "Paul, that's a fucking big bright blue storm." And I said, "Fuck me." He says, "Get the taxi." I turned around, the taxi driver was away fucked up. So I comes home, and it's normal when I'm always in trouble, I always look at the fucking mobile, see what I've got up to. I looked at the mobile, I went, "Oh, fuck me, I think I'm in trouble, yeah." Put on Sky News. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, I am in trouble. My sisters, my family, wouldn't speak to me for 2 weeks. So apart from that, it went all right. And then
Fucking brilliant. Right, moving swiftly on. We might as well fucking stop on it. You got a little bit of trouble at the weekend, Friday. You're not shying away from that. We've had a lot of bad press of everybody thinking that Paul wouldn't turn up tonight, but he knew that a lot of people had paid to come and watch him tonight. And the fact is that he had a misdemeanor, and he went into the clinic with his brilliant counsellor, Stu, and Softcock, sorry. And he's been with him ever since. And it's a case of everybody understanding that what he actually has to go through. So he puts his hand up, he tells the truth, he doesn't tell lies, and he's always fucking honest.
I can't put my hand up because I'll say fucking drink. Got my hands tied like fuck. It's like fucking waiting up there like.
But, Paul, I'm going to take you back, right, to our youth, right? And we're not going to talk a lot about football because, I mean, we love it, but fucking these might get bored. But when we were apprentices, we jumped on the 38 bus from Benwell, and we were going down to the central station. It was payday, but there was a big game happening on the Saturday. It was actually Kevin Keegan's debut for Newcastle United against QPR at St James's Park. Now, we played in the youth team on the Saturday morning, but on the Friday beforehand, Paul had Kevin Keegan's boots because Paul was Kevin Keegan's apprentice. What a fucking apprentice to have with a fucking Messiah. But what an apprentice to have. So Paul took the boots home because he was looking after them. Can you take me up on the story, Paul?
Well, you know, I was when you're an apprentice like me, who had no money, I was chosen to give clean Kevin Keegan's boots. And I asked him what size he took, and he took a 7. And I took a size 9. I went, oh, I'll take a fucking 7. And I remember trying them on for him, wearing them in for him. His fucking toes were like that, honestly. It was like Jeremy Beadle's left hand. It was fucked right up like that. So I remember taking his boots home, and I got on the bus, like I said, and I got on the metro first. And then jumps on the bus, puts the boot down. Boot, not the fucking 2, 1. I went, oh shit, I'm in fucking trouble. Yeah, he's playing tomorrow. So I went round the whole metro, all the bus stations, and Marlborough, and asking if anyone's found Kevin Keegan's boot. Is that fucking stupid? If someone found Kevin Keegan's boot, would they fucking hand it back to me? I didn't think so. Especially that time. I knew it was a trouble. I got my dad to go in Newcastle United and I'd say, listen, my son, sorry. And he was already, he took it in a good way, to be fair. And then he took his room, he had about fucking 90 pairs of boots. A fucking bastard. There's me going all around the metro. Fucking losing on my last 5 pence transfer. Fucking couldn't find his fucking boot.
5 pence transfer, by the way. We got on the fucking bus again, and any bus and every train ever to get from, and I was living in Gazza at the time, and I had to get all the fucking buses to get and then meet him at the central station to get the 38 to Benwell. Fucking hell, it took her about fucking an hour and a half to fucking get there.
I mean, buses, fucking hell. You talk about buses, I've got a few about buses. I mean,
Tell us about buses.
When I was saying about Middlesbrough, we bought a new bus, about 350 grand's worth, just come out the fucking garage. I'm going to get on the bus, and it was jumping on, it was just me and the keys. And I thought, oh, fuck me, this seems exciting. It's me and the bus in the countryside. So it starts the bus up, starts going along. I press this button, hey, honestly, if you're a bus driving, what a feeling that is. I'm so excited. So I'm fucking driving along and looking at the bus, not knowing where the fuck I'm driving. And all of a sudden I've decided to take a left. When you take a left on a bus, you go a little halfway in the road and left. But I was in the fucking countryside, so there was no road. And I took the boulder out. The bus was on the fucking slant like this, and there was a security man. I went, yeah, you drove that bastard. All of a sudden jumps in the car, gets into town, and Brian ups on the phone. Gaz, what you been up now? Nothing. Where are you? In the town? Where's the fucking bus? Fuck, there was a security man trying to drop us off and he's fucked it. He went, no. I had to pay a 70 grand fine, and that was just for the first fucking side. I had to pay for the doors and everything. I was, well fucked, honestly. Unbelievable. The other one was with Italy. Dino was off on the same for Italy. As you know, a bit mental. And they'd only been there a week, and Dino, the translator and all that. He said, no, you're a bit mental, but you don't fuck about with me. And I went, yeah, okay, that's right. And so we played Napoli. We were on the way to Napoli training, and on the way, and there was a long tunnel which went, honestly, pitch black. It was only the fucking drive I could see. And then come into the light, and I thought, oh, fuck me, I've got a good idea. I'm all wearing my lacho suits. So I sit there, it goes on the tunnel, and as soon as it goes on, it's pitch black, honestly. I took all my fucking clothes off, ran to the front, sat next to me like this, bollock naked. Fucking hell. When you come out, honestly, fuck me, you absolute shit yourself. Fucking. And when I know you're fucking mad, but get your book sack on. I had to get a translator to do it, and all the lads were absolutely pissing themselves. And he's like, fuck me. He went, do you want a beer? I went, aye, cheers. Cheers, fucking hell, and that's without beer. You know, yeah, I had some fucking cracks on buses, like.
Well,
not, you know, not that crack, but fucking.
While we're on about Italy, Paul, because, I mean, I'm not being funny. You went for somebody put questions in here and whatever about why you left the tune and all that, because you went to Tottenham, blah, blah, blah. We're going to come back to other stuff, but in Italy, you actually went to a derby match, but there was that many people there that you got a little bit spooked, so you fucked off in a taxi again into the countryside somewhere.
Yeah,
Can you tell us about that?
I was just, I got lost. First of all, that was what the rumour was. I was driving to the match, and I was getting excited. You know, there was 105,000 there, and they were fucking all singing Lazio, Lazio, Lazio. And someone took the horn. I thought it was me, and I looked, they smashed into the fucking car. Right, I haven't got much luck with cars, as you can see. Smashed into the car, which hit another car, which hit another fucking car. Honestly, I've never seen out there. Talk about football being crazy out there. All come running at the fucking car. Honestly, I thought they were going to kill us. And they realised it was me, and they started pinking parts off the cars and saying, "Say that, Gazza, please. Could you put the fucking Gianni Vanni?" Fucking mental. And then the only I could do was get in the taxi to the ground, and he took us up to, took us in the countryside and clocked the fucking wine bar, didn't I? So I missed the match. Got a little bollocking.
There's only 2 people in the village that you went to.
Oh yeah, I went there, and I'm like fucking 45 minutes from the ground. How can you miss a fucking ground like that? I only played in it against fucking Germany, you know. Club before that. I ended up in this place, and there was just a guy, and I went, "Can I have a beer, please?" When you see Gascoigne, I went, "Nah." And I thought, "Fuck me, I'm in trouble." And I look behind, there's a picture of me in the back of his roll. He gives it one name, he went, "Hey," and he fucking gets on the phone, didn't he? I had half of the stadium fucking round the bar, fucking looking for us. Fuck, I thought I'm in trouble again. Honestly. I mean, even Glenn Hoddle, you know, he says, "Paul, I need to say Adrian Drury." Only went because I thought he said fucking brewery.
Top class. Talking about Glenn Hoddle, he had a song with fucking Chris Waddle. Theirs was shite. Fucking the time was fucking brilliant.
That was class, that.
Lindisfarne.
Yeah,
fucking brilliant.
That was alright, that was good fun doing it.
And
well, I didn't go on top of the pops.
What did you get to? You got number 3?
No, what happened? Well, at that time, I was gonna sign, and on the papers was fucking there. I was number 2 in the chart, and I was getting stick about football from fucking Elton John. Fuck me, he wouldn't bend over backwards for me. I'd fuck him. And he was giving a stick, and I went to the paper and says, "Hold on, Elton. Fucking, you can't play football. I can. I'm number 2 in the chart. You're number 3. No, fuck off."
Talking about England, you mentioned them just before. I don't want to go to the dark side too much, but one of the most disappointing things that ever happened in your career, Paul, was when you got left out of the squad, and Glenn Hoddle left you out, and you reacted like any normal person would. What did he say to you? And tell everybody what I'm.
No, obviously, you just said I was in a bad way and wasn't mentally right for the game, you know. And I obviously been had trouble with me ex-wife, as you do, you know. And we were training and that, and he had everybody in a line. Honestly, like kids fucking lined up, and I come out the dressing room, my bedroom. I said, all the older guys were lined up, honestly, like this, one by one. I said, "What are you fucking waiting for?" I went, "Oh, well, we're waiting for him. He's going to, the gaffer, he's going to tell us who's in the squad and who is and who isn't." And I realised, like, my door's right to the fucking back, and there's only 22 getting picked. And I thought, "Oh, fuck, I'm 23rd, yeah." So I just ran 2 foot at the door, and I've never seen Phil Neville run as quick as fuck in my life, honestly, straight at the door. He went, "Look at Paul." I went, "Fuck that." Kicked all the vase, he smashed his fucking room up. In fact, it's in the theme bar, now all the bits are smashed up. So I didn't take it in a good way. The way he took it as well, you know. I mean, some of the stuff he used to do was a fucking fruitcake. So, honestly, I know I'm a bit fruitcake, but not as like him. Some of the stuff that he used to do, and whatever, I mean, you know, he even knew what he said about that woman in the wheelchair and stuff like that, which hurt me a little bit as well. But when he used to be manager, he used to join in and pretend he was the best player, you know, which really winded up a lot of the guys. So one day in training, I decided to go right through him. 2 foot of tackle. Says, "Ever that, you fucker."
50-faced bastard, by the way, Glenn Hoddle. I laughed when he said, "My life changed when I found God." I thought it must have been a hell of a fucking ball, that.
And Jimmy's not here, you know.
Oh.
Fucking, Jimmy's what's it called? When Jimmy left school, he had to see careers officer. And he says, what do you want to be when you become older? He went a lollipop man. He says, what for? He says, no, he says, what for? He says, because I don't get to start, I'm fucking 65. That's why he couldn't make it. He's the richest man on the fucking dole, believe me.
Fucking hell, what do you got from here? Right. I want to get a little bit serious, and obviously, for me, the highlight of some of my life was watching you play Italia 90.
Mine was Zoots ball.
We saw the footage before, the tears from Turin. Paul, you'll always be a national hero. Up here, you'll always be loved and adored because everybody in here loves and adores you because we've got no malice towards you. We've only got love. I've got to tell you, everybody, by the way, since I've knew this lad, right, since we were bairns, he is one of the kindest, most generous people that you will ever fucking meet in your life, right? If he had his last tenner, he'd give you it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, Italia 90, you had a manager, Sir Bobby Robson, who you hold very, very dear. He sadly passed away, Paul. But through that campaign, in his book, he says you were a fucking nightmare.
I was. I mean, some of us got lots of stories, but Sir Bobby, like, you know, I'm sure he doesn't mind us looking down. He's not going to give us any stick. It's a long way away. But, yeah, there's a few stories. I mean, Mama once, we were trying to qualify, went to Albania. Have you ever been to Albania? Fucking don't. Yeah. Honestly, you got one phone for the whole hotel, the fucking whole hotel. And in the rooms, I was so bored. You got little bars of soap, tiny. And I used to room with Chris Waddle. And they were about 8 floors up, and I says, Chris. And I remember Bobby Robson, so Bobby saying, fucking you behave yourself on this trip, you know, you better. Because you want to be in the World Cup and stuff like that. And I went, yeah, of course. And there was nothing to do, honestly. And so I started throwing these bars of soap out the fucking 8th floor, trying to knock a chicken out on the floor. And I'm fucking throwing them like that, and I'm going around the rooms, grabbing all the soaps, loads of them, fucking loads of them. All of a sudden, boom, door. Gazza. I went, oh, yes, Gazza. What are you doing? I went, throwing bars of soap at the chicken. So he went, give us a look. And he looks up the fucking balcony, like, he went, that's a fucking long way. He says, can you hit them? He went, watch your hand, Paul, go on, hit the bastard. He says, that board as well. It's brilliant. And then we were training once. And he wanted to join in. And he says, I've got no boots. Oh, bless him. He says, got no boots. So give him a pair of brand new boots. He says, oh, you definitely the same size? I says, aye, the same size. So he first puts them on. He went, oh, fuck me, these are a bit tight like these. You're not got the same size. And I had a look, I still had the tissue in the toes, you know. And but the World Cup 1990, he looked after us like, you know, like his own son, and he was unbelievable. And then, remember the night before the semi-final, I just could not fucking sleep. And I thought, what am I going to do? 10:30, and then we've got to be in bed by 9. It's 10:30. So I was so bored of me fucking tits, I could yell. Two guys playing tennis. So I just ran into the tennis court, like, it's a game, man. I said, I'm bored the fuck. Hey, man, what do you want? Just fucking give me tennis. So I'm playing tennis for half an hour. I'm sweating like a cunt. I'm playing against two of them, you know. Okay, Bobby Robson comes in. He comes in the tennis court. Yo, what you doing? He went, not you. He fucking went straight at the Americans. Do you know who he is? Do you know he's got the most important game tomorrow? And you're laughing. Fuck me, dropped the racket. Boom. It just looked like, who the fuck is this bloke? I get knocked the door. Wake up. I went, Waddler, Chris, tell him I'm sleeping. Chris, when you're sleeping, he said, you just fucking left us. Who opened the door, for fuck's sake? Well, one of them was, it was class, so he wanted a day off. I thought, I'm so bored, I need a drink. What can I do? World Cup, but I know I need a drink. It's like quarter final or something. Well, he gives us a day off, and I thought, well, that's all right. He said, just go and relax around the pool. So all the lads are relaxing. I clocked so fucking cocktail board, you know. So I went to the cocktail bar, I said, make us a pina colada, man. So he whacks up a pina colada, fucking cherries, umbrella, fucking sword, you name it, a lot. So I'm having it lovely. Just, oh, fucking thank God for that. All of a sudden, Gazza, what are you doing? I went, I'm having a milkshake. He went, what? I went, been on a milkshake. He went to the bloke. Can I have one of them, please? I went to the bloke. And he went, yeah. So he cottoned on the bloke, thank God. So Bobby Robson gets to that. Has a little taste. He went, hold on. This is different from his. The bloke, are you sure? He went, yeah. He says, where's my umbrella? Where's my cherries? Where's my soda? Fucking thank fuck for that. But them tears, you know, them tears were hard for me, you know, because, you know, at such a young age, I took the World Cup as if I was in like a boys' club, you know, just enjoying my football. That's the way I took it, and I was fair to no one. Enjoyed the football, you know, and obviously with them tears, I mean, all right, fucking God is a fortune, but I tell you, it was fucking devastating. Now, I was absolutely devastated, you know, and I just thought, you know, I wasn't going to be selfish, and I knew the lads wanted to get the final so bad because we've been together for 6 weeks, and I worked me nuts off for that, and then obviously the few others joined in with Chris. I mean, no, I wish I was like Stuart Pearce and Chris Waddle. I mean, missing the penalty, I would at least have got a fucking pizza advert, wouldn't I? That's an extra 25 fucking grand I got. But no, them were good times. Great times. You never get them back.
I think that's worth a round of applause, everybody, don't you? People don't ask you a lot of questions about, like, obviously me not included in this, but who was the best player that you've played with, Paul? Because everybody that I speak to, including me, always says you're the best, and I'm proud of that. Who's the best player you've played with or against?
I'll never get the chance to play against me, so I'll just play with myself. So I'd say Brian Robson. He was a phenomenal player, unbelievable. I mean, I call him dog shit. He was everywhere, this fucker. Honestly, every time he had the ball, poof, he was on you. Try and get rid of him, bang, he's there. Try and get the ball off him. He was so strong, you know. And I was fortunate to play with him, you know, Joe, for a long time. You know, during the England career especially. And he always looked after us, and he said, you know, any hard tackles, he says, leave them to me. You keep out of me, get injured. Well, 44 operations, here I am sitting here, you know. So I wasn't going to be tackles, but what a player. Absolutely, you know, and that's why he was called Captain Marvel.
And obviously people don't realise, Paul, but you have had 44 fucking operations. And for a footballer, ladies and gentlemen, these days, they get 1 year's contract, they're multi-millionaires. Paul played at a level where he was like head and shoulders above everybody. But he's a walking, he's got a fucking, he just showed us before, I knocked his fucking hip before. Honestly, he's got a metal fucking ball in his hip. He needs the other one done. That'll teach him for selling so many fucking dummies to people.
That means I've got none left in the middle.
Aye. But honestly, it's unbelievable to see him, like, the way that he is and the injuries that he's had. And you have a look at, he's saying Brian Robson looked after him. Paul was a ball player. Paul was a fucking footballer. And I've got to tell you, the one thing that sticks out in my mind for Paul all the years that I ever played with him up to first team level at Newcastle. And obviously he went to Tottenham and I went to Chelsea. But the thing that sticks up in my mind to the so-called brilliant midfielders that I was supposed to play with, Captain of Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Andy Townsend, and I'm not going to name them because they're not worth naming anyway. But what sticks in my mind is, as an 18-year-old boy, me and him were playing against Chelsea Football Club at St James's Park, getting beat 3-1. I wasn't having the best of games, and Paul wasn't. And we had 6 internationals in our team, and all he kept saying was, give us the fucking ball. Just give me the ball. Even if he was having an indifferent game, he'd never ever shy away from the fact that he wanted the ball, because that's Paul Gascoigne, the true footballer. Proper footballer, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers, Joe.
China. Fuck me. I'm not on about tea. What the fuck was going on? What happened when you went to China?
Well, you know, I thought it was a good idea at the time. And when I got there, I took the team on, you know, and I think, yeah, I think what was it? I fucking looked at my team. I had 2 fucking Chinese players. Anyway, one was called Wei Wong Wons, and the other one was How Long Sings. Okay, that was me captain, me centre forward. But I went over there, honestly. It was the most polluted area in the whole world. Every morning I wake up, I had blood up my nose. And so I had enough. I thought I'm going for a drink again. And I went to the supermarket, you just grab the fucking first thing you see. And I grabbed it and I thought it was a chicken drumstick and it was a bat's wing. And I've got the chain with the bat's wing stuck in my neck. But out there, I mean, they were really fit, but tell you what, it was, I don't know what I was doing out there. Put it that way, in my second home, rehab. I ended up in there, but it was the most horrific place, but the experience was unbelievable. And I took my dad and Jimmy over there as well. Took them about 6 months to recover from that, where they were. I was all right. I went to rehab, but a horrendous place, fucking horrendous. Don't go to Stour Street, for fuck's sake.
When we were kids, I always remember, first contract I ever went in, pros, because we grew up together, and I went in to see Big Jack. And he said to us in the morning, he went, "Used to, come and see us, because I want to give you the contract for the game that you're playing. It'll be great, because you can play the game." Now, our kid could play the fucking game, but I couldn't. So it's great. So come and see us. So I went in first. He went, "Right, I'm going to give you £150 a week." I thought, not bad. Because we were on 25 fucking quid a week at the time as apprentices. Truth. He went, "But in the close season, when you're not playing, from May till August, you're going to be on £100 a week." I went, "All right then, great." So Paul went in. Comes out, I went, "150 quid, kid." He went, "Aye." "What about close season?" He went, 120. I went, "You're fucking joking, aren't you?" I ran the fucking door, I went like that. Fucking big, fucking Ashton, oh! I said, what's all this about? Me and Gazza, 150 quid a week through the season. I'm on 100, he's on 120. He went, "Yes, but he's a better fucking player than you." I says, "Not in fucking close season, he's fucking not." How did we get on with Jack? We won the FA Youth Cup, everybody, right? And he promised us fucking the world. The steak dinner on the way home from Watford. He scored 2 in the final, I scored 2 in the final, and we fucking murdered him. He was fucking unbelievable, right? And Jack went, "We'll take you all for a steak dinner." We ended up in fucking Burger King. True, innit, kid?
Unbelievable.
And we played cards all the way back, and he still owes me fucking £1.25. How did you get on with Jack? Because he was quite special when we were brought up.
Yeah, Jack was good. He was fucking brilliant. I mean, I suppose it was one of them really sort of saved my career, even just at a young age. I remember we had a coach called Sigurd. He was always picking on us. And my mum, not knowing this, wrote a letter to Jack Charlton. And she said, "Son, I've told Jack Charlton, the manager, that this coach has been picking on you." And I thought, well, okay, man, that's good. At least he's up. So all of a sudden, Jack gets to the room. He says, "Yeah, son, come with me." Went in his room. He went, "I had a letter from your mother." I says, "Yeah." He says, "How long you got in the contract?" I went, 2 years. He went, 2 weeks, you fat fuck. Get running. So I thought, shit, I'm going to start running here. And like I said, what Joe just said before, with the Youth Cup, he was great, and he gave us the opportunity to play for Newcastle. And like you just said, he put me on 120 quid a week and 120 quid a game. So that was 240 every time I played. Not like nowadays, where they just banged 120 grand. We had to earn our place, and it was through Jack that we did that. You're not allowed to clean boots. You're not even. You wash strips for the pros. The young kids are looked after, especially the English ones, so much, and that's why our foreigner players are coming over. Which is not giving our young kids a chance. What can I say? I was going to cry there. I was going to say we've got one coming through.
We've got one coming through. Little Cameron. Cameron's coming through there. Come on, stand up and take a bow. Come on, Cameron. Come on. Sorry about the bad language for Uncle Joe.
And like, we've got little Joe coming along. He's a few years younger than Cameron. Hopefully he'll have the strip on as well, given that they give him the chance, you know, because we've got to stop the invasion of foreigners coming into our game, you know.
Paul, it was never about like money for us when we played, because we just wanted to play football, and you got the money the further and the more that we played. What is your thoughts now about the obscene wages that they're on for being fucking bang average, useless players who are like all big, thick athletes and not any craft? If anybody saw the England game last night, by the way, were they crying out for a Paul Gascoigne? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. That's spot on. Like I said, you know, you get some of the players now. It's like I think the first one, honestly, was which was a lot of years ago. Joe will probably remember, but Wayne Bridges, he was a left back. He was on 75 grand a week, and that's a fucking left back. So God knows what the centre forward was on. And he couldn't even fucking hit a barn door. This fucker. Honestly, the centre forward was on 120, and I think what it was is you got Chelsea who started that, you know. And it just went on worse. It went worse to worse, you know. So Alex Ferguson, I speak to him quite often, not as much as I really should do, to be fair. But you know, when he took over Manchester United, he said he didn't go buying top-class players. What he did, he went buying the best scouts in the country, and he bought about 15 to 20 scouts and paid them more than the players. And they went out finding all these likes of the Giggs, the Becks, the Butts, the Scholeses, all of them, and then he waited. And I think it was. He said they were going to sack him that season, and they actually won the league. And then all these players come through, you know. And I think that's what we've got to start doing now, you know. And that's in getting better scouts as well that know the game. Because you get anyone just saying, yeah, I'll go and watch a kid. Yeah, he's very good. You've got to watch him a few times, and it's not happening enough, Joe.
You just touched on Sir Alex, Paul, and you had a big decision to make when Newcastle United sold you. It wasn't you wanting to leave. It was they wanting to sell you to get, because Newcastle United had always been a selling club, and they wanted the fucking money off you. But you had talks with Man United. Why not Sir Alex, and why Terry Venables at Tottenham?
Asked my sister. She wanted some bed. My mother and dad wanted a house. No, I was just about to sign for Alex, and he said, yeah, well, the deal's done. And I said, go on a holiday, and I'll come to Manchester United, and I'll sign. And at that time, you know, when you're only getting 100 quid a week or something, 120, and, you know, and you didn't know you could either break your leg in training or whatever. So just coming up to Man United, and then I get a phone call and says, look, we'll buy your mum and dad a house, sister is a bed, and your dad a car. So I kept on fucking driving, didn't I? And I got this unbelievable letter from Sir Alex Ferguson. He went, you stupid fat bastard, I can't believe it. You tell me to go on a holiday. But sometimes you do regret it, but you know, if I went to Manchester United, I think I would have been like the rest of the other players and stayed there 12 years. Never had the opportunity to travel the world and play football, you know, like I did in Italy. And then obviously the great times at Glasgow Rangers. You know, even Everton enjoyed. The only thing is, you know, I wish I could have said that about Newcastle. I would have stayed in Newcastle. But if you're going to sell good for your best players like Peter Beattie and Chris Waddle, what's the use of staying? You know, so that's the way he was doing. So obviously I decided to move on. And you see that with a lot of players. I mean, fucking hell, man. You've got Torres at Liverpool, you know, saying he's going to leave the club if they don't buy fucking decent players. And that's just unbelievable at a club like Liverpool, you know. And you've got other players saying that as well at other clubs. You know, if the team is so strong, even the reserve team could win some championships. And they're saying that they didn't buy more players. Fucking hell. No wonder some teams are skinned.
I did laugh, by the way, when I heard Sky correspondent Chris Kamara, everybody knows him, and he said the wheels have come off in Liverpool. I mean, there's no fucking ordinary about that then, is there? To be fair. But Paul, you just touched on like some players that we've played with. Newcastle United.
Any player. You might have, but I haven't.
Not touchy-feely, but players like, you talked about Brian Robson straight away. Who looked after you. Brian Robson would have been at Manchester United at the time. Alex Ferguson could have tamed you. I don't think he would have. The cup final. It was a tackle. You were hyper. And it put you out of the game for a little bit. What was going through your head? Because you'd scored probably the best goal ever in a semi-final at Wembley with a free kick that was fucking still going now, probably, that flew in the top corner. Was it just the fact that you were just wanting to win it because every round at Tottenham, you got them through to the next round? I remember you scoring goals against Portsmouth in the semi-final, and you scored in every other round or made a goal, and they were all live on the telly. So did you think it was just down to you to win the cup for them?
No, it was like I said, every game I scored in every FA Cup game to get there, get us to the final. Obviously, I was really proud of myself scoring that goal against David Seaman. I think he's still going for it now. And then, come the final, I was so badly wanting to win the cup final, because honestly, at that time, and I don't know if it's as much now, but believe me, when I played in the FA Cup final, the FA Cup for any footballer, an English footballer, is more important to win than the World Cup, believe me. To win that FA Cup, all the players' dream is to walk up them steps. And all I kept on thinking about, walk up them steps, fucking collect that medal. And obviously the rash tackle, well, I was absolutely devastated, and that did put me back a bit, put me back a few years, I don't know if I was ever a player. People say I don't think I was a player, I was going to be that player ever again. But I don't think I did too bad in Euro 96 and winning.
I was just going to say, Euro 96, Paul. Euro 96, the goal against Scotland. There was only one player on the fucking planet who could have scored that goal. Henry comes in, you flick it over the fucking top of him. Only player, by the way. Only player on the planet had the vision and the foresight of that. Obviously, they didn't get there. Was it that useless twat Southgate, Mr. Penalty? He got a pizza advert as well.
Another pizza advert for him and all. Yeah, that's right. We got there. I mean, what's the golden goal? I keep thinking about the goal. When people say great goal, I actually still don't think about the goal as much because I know it was special for myself as well, and anyone that watches it and says it's the best goal they've ever seen. But all I keep on thinking is against Germany when the ball come across the box, and I was freaking. But
you weren't in a position to score, to be fair to you. I've had a look at it, and you're being too harsh on yourself. You weren't the centre forward kid. You were the fucking midfield player getting in the box. Where the fuck was that Gary Lineker at? What a tosser he is, by the way, that Gary Lineker. Fucking should give him some stick. Nah, fucking made fortunes on fucking crisps.
And I put on weight on crisps. Jesus Christ. It was like Jimmy Vibel. He's been Paul, I've lost 8 pounds. I went, well, there's a tenner. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable stuff. Right, we're going to come up to modern day now, Paul, and the fact that Newcastle United is a club very much close to your heart. What are you seeing them at the minute? What's your opinion on how they're doing at the moment?
Truthfully,
yeah,
never watched them.
Never watched them?
Yeah, I watched them.
Fucking hell, you killed us.
I watched the highlights against Man United, and it was really for Carroll. It was really unfortunate didn't score that header. But like you said, when a player scores a hat-trick, even though I know the team scored 7 goals, but when you're playing in front of the Geordies, you sometimes do yourself no favours scoring a hat-trick because then the pressure's on. They expect it every week, every single week they expect 3 goals, and he's going to have a blip, he's going to get hammered, he's going to come back. So I think it's going to be a really tough season for himself because I said to one of the coaches at Newcastle, I think what they should do to Andy Carroll is in training play him up against Sol Campbell every week in and week out in training, so he knows what it's like to play against a top-class centre-half. Especially in Sol, and he'll learn quicker and better that way. But no doubt, he will go on. I mean, if Kevin Davies could get a game for England, fucking Carmel out there, surely. God, he's walking sticks as well as me.
Fair point.
But I think Newcastle this season have just got to. Obviously, Ashley has got money to give them, but I think he's going to see how Chris Hughton gets on with the team. I don't know if I'm one of them. I think if Newcastle lose few more games, I don't know if Chris will be there. I don't know if he's got other players in mind, but I hope Chris does here because he did take them up. He took the flak, and he took them where they are now. And I do wish him all the best. But I've been at the academy. I've seen the little fella. I've seen the other ones. They've got some good apprentices there. But the only problem is, will they get a game? That's the thing, and in the next couple of years, because there is a few good players there. But if Newcastle want to, you know, this season get above half, then they've got to start buying players, you know, and strengthen the squad. It's not that the team's bad. You've got to strengthen the squad, you know.
So, you know, for me, it's an absolute brilliant point that Paul's just made, but it's a crying shame for the fact that somebody with his ability, with his knowledge of the game of football, is not getting used, especially when he's at his hometown club, and there's not a position in English fucking football for him after being what he's done in English football. And that might just help in a way to help his recovery and get better and better, which he's looking absolutely fucking fantastic tonight as well, by the way. We've got to give a round of applause for that. Absolutely brilliant. But I do find it's a crying shame for me, Paul, that you're not involved because, one, you love coaching, you love being involved in football. Have you got any ambitions to get involved back in football? We heard this rumour about Garforth Town. Can you tell everybody about that?
Well, Joe, you know, fucking people keep thinking I was on a piss. I was sober for 6 months. I go out in a car crash. And then, you know, that sets me off, pissed off, you know, in a car crash, doing really well. Then it gets well back, all right, 4 months I've been sober. I have one fucking blip and I'm getting hammered for it. Jesus Christ. You know, I have one blip, which is a couple of days, and then obviously the drink driving thing, and then, which I was even sitting in the car, wasn't even driving the car, so I've got that to sort out, and then also I'm getting hammered again. So if you work out, you know, fucking 2 drinks, 3 days on the piss out of 11 months, I don't think that's bad me at all. And so I have to face the rap, you know, and it was me that got me there through me football anyway, so I know what the press are like. They'll try and jump on it fucking anything. Sometimes you just got to, you know, sometimes it's not a battle for me, sometimes just keep off the drink. It's a battle because I'm getting followed by press, I'm getting stalked by them. They're trying to cause stories, and that's why sometimes I sit in the house, I get bored. But, you know, for the helps of, like, Steve, yourself, Steve coming along, getting numpty, Gibbo, you know, Steve's been fantastic, and Stu, that took us away with him for a few days. So, you know.
No, but
and we got my family, my brother. My
yeah,
sister,
it's beautiful.
You know,
Round of applause, everybody. Come on.
Cheers. So, you know, I had the option, and most of all, I'd just like to thank the whole lot of yous coming to support us, you know, because honestly, this time I can say I really did fuck all wrong, and I hold my hands up if anyone thought I did. But it's good that it's going out in the news that I have turned up, so I'll fuck the doubters that said I wouldn't.
Here, son, here. Yeah! And everybody's been fucking privileged to see it. I'm going to leave it there, everybody. Can we have a big round of applause and a stand ovation?
Thank you very much.
The one and only Paul Gazza Gascoigne, the top man, everybody. Come on, let's hear it for him.
Thank you very much.
Gazza, everybody, come on, let's hear it for Gazza.
Cheers. Brilliant. Cheers, pal. Thanks very much, once again.
Fabulous stuff.